Hello, hello, hello. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you're seeing this, where you are in the world. I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey, where I talk about how I lost 97.4 pounds after starting the ketogenic protocol and how you may be able to lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life like I did. Happy Saturday. Happy 2 days before Christmas. If you celebrate that holiday, happy, happy, joy, joy, wherever you are and however you are recognizing the day. Today, I don't have anything particular to talk about other than this can be a challenging time of year for many reasons. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere and there's shortened daylight hours and it maybe is chillier than usual, we may be inside more and have less outside activity. And what else you're going to do? You're going to eat. We don't have to do that, but that's what happens. And of course, the holidays and family get togethers can be a challenge for innumerable reasons. So let's check in with each other. Some of you are here on a weekly basis and you've shared part of your stories, and that's great. If you have something to say about a particular victory you have experienced or how you are feeling and how you're navigating this time of year, food wise or emotionally wise. I mean, let's face it, food and emotion are very often linked. Or if you are experiencing a particular challenge and need a little boost, or maybe you just need a little confessional, that's okay too. Although no confession needed, eating food is not a sin. It is just It's just something we do, and we need to, change our ways if we want to change our health and everything, or just accept who we are. There's a lot going on. So let's just jump on in. I'm going to say, hey, and first of all, can you see and hear me? Hello. Oh, hello, Deb Harold. Good morning from Montana. Merry Christmas to everyone. And our weekly video Bible study. Scott, thank you very much for the Christmas card. Very sweet. Can't see and hear you. Thank you. Happy Ferret. Good morning. I love that handle. Happy Ferret. Are ferrets just naturally happy? They seem to be, and they make that cute little noise. Heather Silva. Good morning from Boise, Idaho. Judy Dullage. Merry Christmas, everyone. Connie Clayton. Good morning, everyone from Alta. I think I'm reading that right. Alta, Florida. And Doris. Doris, thank you for the Christmas card. Very much appreciated. Good morning, keto friends. Writes Doris, and happy ferret. Yes, can't see and hear. Thank you. Link W23. Good morning from Joanne in Pennsylvania. And Colleen Sproul. Good morning from mid-Michigan. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm going to guess Montana, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Y'all are chilly. You can see we've got a fire. Oh, we have visitors. You see Jack, and then Jack's bed has been co-opted by Eleanor, one of the two dogs owned by our son and his wife, and they are here for the holiday. And so it's all one big happy family. That's Eleanor. And then Franklin is over here. You can't see him. And they are Franklin and Eleanor, but they were not named that way on purpose for the Roosevelts. They were actually named very different times. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to have to adjust this because I'm having trouble seeing. Mia's Trailer Park Garden. Good morning from New Jersey. And Carla Walker, I'm doing okay. No weight loss, but it's okay. It will happen when it happens. That is a fantastic attitude. I'm wearing a t-shirt that I have a link to my spread shop below where you don't have to buy anything to be 100% successful at this protocol, but I will sell you a t-shirt and a mug and a sticker and a calendar all day long. If you don't want to just plaster what's going on with your life on a t-shirt, IC and IW. That's the letter C, and IW. I can and I will. Go Keto with Casey. Because sometimes we just need to remind ourselves, I can do this and I will do this. And another sticker that I listed below as well is a sticker of memoji of me going like this and saying, if I can do this, you can do this. I promise. Because if I can do this, you can do this. No doubt. So that's a great attitude. Colleen Sproul writes, chilly and rainy today. And Heather Silva writes, no, that's still Ellie. This time last year, I was binging carbs and feeling miserable, getting ready to, quote, start again on January 1st. Now, Heather, so you're saying last year at this time you were binging and thinking I'll get back on the wagon on January 1st, but you did very well this year, didn't you? You and your husband both. And W23, oh, how sweet. You know what? And they are very, I don't know if any of you are fans of Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer, but it's all about energy. It's the energy of the humans and it's the energy of the dogs. And these three dogs are very well suited. They weren't raised together. They just all have a very calm and accepting energy. And so do we. So that's nice. Michael LP, good morning from Salt Lake City. Ooh, I bet it's beautiful out there this time. Heather Silver, 1 year later, I am at goal weight. I'm at goal weight. Feel great. Best part is I don't have to, quote, start again. Thank you. I jumped the gun on that, Heather. Should have let you tell your story in your way. So, for those of you who didn't put those two together, last year, Heather was binging, feeling awful, and then saying, I'll just start on January 1st. And now she's at goal weight, feeling good, and not having to restart. Just one decision at a time, one mouthful at a time. It will still be the holidays, whether or not we eat chocolate Santa Clauses. It will still be a family get together and hopefully a happy one, whether or not there is apple cobbler with ice cream on top. It will still be a family get together. Oh, open the door, all the dogs march out. It's very nice. We tell ourselves, oh, it just wouldn't be Christmas without Aunt Ida's sweet potato pie with marshmallow topping. It really still would be the holidays. We tell ourselves things. What we should be telling ourselves is that we're stronger than a cookie or Aunt Ida's sweet potato pie with marshmallow topping. We're stronger than those things. We've been through a lot. We tell ourselves we're helpless and weak in the face of food, but that's pretty illogical, isn't it? I mean, isn't that kind of selling ourselves short? Okay, so Heather, I'm so glad that you share your success. And Inc. W23 says yes to Caesar and energy. He has an interesting backstory and an interesting story that came after the original dog whisperer. It's kind of an upsetting tale, on not because of him, but because of other people. But he persevered. Heather Silva, 35 pounds gone for good. Wow. That is so great. Judy Dulledge, I love your saying, we are stronger than a cookie. And you can buy a t-shirt that says that too. I'm really going all in on merch, aren't I? Colleen Sproul, yay, Heather. And this kind of support, I think, really helps. It's great to see magazines with before and after photographs. Okay. But when there are people typing on their computers while you're reading about their story, whether it's a victory story, an in-progress story, or I don't even know whether I should start this or not story, it's very helpful. I have a private support group on patreon.com, link below. And, you can get a free trial for a week to see about it. There's live streams on Crowdcast. I do weekday video snippets every weekday morning with topics suggested by the patrons. But I want to share with you that I get support from the group. That group helps me because I am not ironclad. I am not a particularly disciplined person. And it's interesting to me that sometimes patrons will write something very kind of obliquely that they're sensing something in me and they give me a little nudge, a little boost, a little sense of encouragement. We all need that from time to time. So thank you for sharing your stories, those of you who do, whether they, like I said, are success, in progress, or I'm just getting started and I don't know what to do or who to believe. Dakshungal. Good morning. Love Patreon group. Thank you very much. Um, hashtag Casey's pink drink. Very tall tumbler. Full to brimming with ice. Diet tonic water and a splash of diet cranberry with a squeeze of lime. I actually put 2 squeezes in. It's the holiday. And I'm worth it. Oh, it's so good and tangy. So much of what we do in regards to food has nothing at all to do with what food is actually for. So many of us use it and we're using the tool improperly. If hunger is not the problem, food is not the solution. But lots of us use it for everything else other than hunger. We tell ourselves, I use food to cope. No, we use food to not cope. Right? We use food to distract ourselves so that we don't cope. And what will happen if we have something with which we need to cope? We've now not coped with it. The problem is still there. And now we're going to feel like crud because we ate the entire can of Pringles, which, by the way, is not nutritious. It's barely even food adjacent. Pringles is none of that stuff. Anything that says keto on the label is not. I promise you, is not. If it says keto, there is no keto food. There is nothing you can eat that will get you into ketosis. Oh, I'm sorry. I usually do a little reminder. The ketogenic protocol, as I learned it and as I have practiced it now nearly for 10 years, keep your carbohydrate intake to 20 grams or fewer a day. Total carbs, not net carbs. Net carbs just means more carbs. If it's not on page 4, link below, don't eat it. But you don't even need a food list. It's fatty sources of protein, limited amounts, and these are optional, limited amounts of non-starchy vegetables, leafy greens, and full-fat dairy. The most important thing is don't eat if you're not hungry. I mean, laying off the carbs, yes, but don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop eating when you've had enough. And a tool for that is to eat slowly. That will honest and true, will help with the feeling like you've had enough. Just eat slowly. For one thing, it is not attractive to shovel one's food into one's gob for other people looking at you. But also, it's not the best way to go about it. So that's the protocol. So 20 grams total carbs, not net. If it says something about carbs on the front or grams of protein, flip it over in the United States anyway, and look at the nutrition label and look at the total carbs per serving, and then look what a serving size is. So just eat real food. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you've had enough. And let's not try to talk ourselves into that this is too difficult for us. We're clever. We can figure out what a fatty source of protein is. Poultry with the skin, ground beef. Get the cheapest cut. Get the cheapest cuts of poultry meat because they're the fattiest. And we want that. This is not a high fat diet. It's just not a low fat diet. And it's not a high protein diet. It's a moderate effect. And that can change for anybody, depending on your gender, age, stage of life, body composition, etc. Your protein requirements. Protein remains rather stable. It's just not low fat. It's very low carb. I also have a mug that says I laid off the carbs and laid off the excuses. Okay, Heather Silver writes, my husband lost 30 pounds, lowered his blood pressure, lost his man boobs and love handles, and reversed his erectile dysfunction. He looks and feels great. That's fantastic. And I'm assuming there was no pills involved. It was just laying off the carbs. Our weekly video Bible study. Everyone, the morning snippets alone make Patreon worth the investment. Thank you, Scott. You're very kind. By the way, it's $5 a month to get 20 video snippets a month from me with pillow hair and sometimes no makeup, usually no makeup. Happy Ferret. I've basically just been maintaining through the holidays, and that's a victory, is it not? At my blog, link below, it's just caseydurango.com, I have daily weight fluctuations, little tab. And you can see it is rare when my weight, and I have a scale, a pretty high-end scale, an in-body consumer version that weighs to 1/10 of a pound. And it is very rare when it does not go up or down day to day. Weight fluctuates, but the trend is what I look at. And I'm pretty weight stable. I'm pretty steady Eddie. Lou writes, I had COVID 3 weeks ago and lost my taste and smell. What a struggle that is, finding things to eat. Texture becomes very important. Well, so sorry. Hope you are on the road to recovery. Can you share what you are eating that where the texture is satisfying? Colleen Sproul writes, happy 10-year anniversary, Casey. Amazing are you. Thank you. Amazing I'm not. I'd given up. For those of you who don't know, you can see photos before I lost weight, but not all the weight, because photos of me at my heaviest do not exist that I know of. I'd given up on trying to lose weight. I tried the summer of triathlons, the move more, eat less, the juicing. I was vegetarian for about 8 minutes. I tried. And I'd given up. But I didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. And I knew that was on my next doctor's visit. So I Googled how to not take insulin for type 2 diabetes, came across the white coat video of Dr. Eric Westman of Duke University, who I'm happy to say is now a friend. I never was a patient of him, but we connect very well. And I watched the video and I said, well, and I knew that low carb worked for me in 1977 when I was in college. I'd put on about 12 or 13 pounds over the course of the first year and a half. Wanted to lose that, got Atkins Diet Revolution, did the induction period, lost the weight, threw the book away. And I knew again in the early 2000s it worked because I just did the induction period again, lost a bunch of weight. Then I allowed myself to say, ooh, life came at me. I had a big, bad, terrible problem. And I was diagnosed with cancer for the second of what would end up being 3 times. And I was so irritated that I started with a bagel and then a second bagel. And low-fat cream cheese, of course. And then that led to tortilla chips and tequila. And guess what? I still had cancer. So we have to get to the point where we are ready to make a change. If change is what we need to do. There are many ways to get to where we need to be. If you feel better on plant-based or move more, eat less, or Weight Watchers, the point is to feel good about ourselves and be healthy. That's it. So this happens to work for me. I'm sorry, I've been misreading this. Ink VR23. I apologize. Or is it Link? Is that Link or Ink? What do you say to yourself when you want to eat for the wrong reasons? I'm so into the great taste of foods. Well, first of all, let me say that I enjoy the taste of food better. When I was before 60% at least of my calories were coming from carbohydrate, I think my taste buds went into a coma. Everything was beige and it all tasted beige. Now I'm very much more in tune to the flavor and I savor it and I eat slowly and I enjoy it. But when I have told myself, I found myself standing in front of the fridge with it open and saying, why am I here? Why am I here? Am I hungry? No. So around Go Keto with Casey, one of the postcards I send postcards out about every quarter. And on one of the calendars, by the way, don't forget the calendars, is when making food decisions about eating food, employ the BLAST method. Don't eat if you're bored, lonely, angry, stressed, or tired. BLAST. And because you're vulnerable during those times. Just if hunger's not the problem, food is not the answer. Okay, commercial not quite over. The t-shirts and stuff, you can get a green Go Keto with Casey's 12-month record book. It's got hopefully inspirational things and mood trackers, and you can make out of it what you wish. And calendar, which there are a few left. I won't be getting any more, and it's got a bunch of stuff on it, so let me know. Okay, my producer is trying to show me something, but all I see is a still photograph of myself. Is anyone else frozen? Okay, Doc Shungal, our weekly video Bible study. You are so right. Weekly morning snippets worth joining. I would encourage anyone to give the free trial a try. Thank you very much. I'm not bribing them to do this. Thank you very much. And Ink or Link VR23, congratulations to your husband, Heather. That's wonderful. And Ink, it's my 12-year-old's name, LOL. Link. I still can't tell if it's Link or Ink, but I assume you didn't name your child Ink, so I'm going to say Link. Lou, I eat a lot of chicken and unfortunately a few potato chips. It's the crunch and I can taste salt. I won't beat myself up about it yet, LOL. Now, some people are not, I would recommend if you're really looking for crunch and salt, petite dill pickles. They're little tiny things. Keep them in the fridge. They're crunchy. They're tangy, but also pork rinds. And you can get pork rinds in multitude of flavors. Our most recent favorite is chile y limon. And, because this is keto, you could dip it in a little sour cream or a little ranch dressing. Don't overdo it. But that gives that crunch. Link VR23. Thank you for that advice, Casey. Well, thank you very much. Now, I'm going to tell you that my challenges is not because of the holiday season. It's just because I'm kind of a spoiled brat. I have realized, you've heard of carb creep, where you're doing fine at this. I'll just have a few potato chips with my chicken. And then it becomes, I'll just have a baked potato. And then I'll just have baked potato and some bread. I mean, I have let me see, how can I put it? I have not immobility. What is it when you're just sitting around? Sedentary. I have sedentariness creep. Now, I don't sit all day long. I am up and I have a stupid smartwatch and but I have decided to get my rings in again and not make excuses. So that's where my challenge is. And that's where one of my patrons, I think, gave me a gentle nudge on the topic suggestion. She was wrapping it in, talking about herself, but I think she was trying to tell me, Casey, get off your bottom and move. Not for weight loss. I want to be strong. I want to have a strong core. I want to feel as taut and tight as I can, and I don't want to break a bone. Connie Clayton, at Lou, I make brown butter bites for the salt taste and satisfying for me. Now, I don't know what that is. Please to share if you can. Link VR23, haha, love the accent. I'll tell you, the first year that I ended up a holiday season, I hosted a Halloween party of all things, an adult Halloween party, and they brought their adult children along, and we had trick-or-treaters, so I had candy and not a candy corn, not a caramel, nothing. Then Thanksgiving comes, and I used to make all kinds of stuff for Thanksgiving. Little turkeys made out of fudge stripe cookies stuck in a caramel with the candy corns, and it looked like little turkeys. Nothing. I prepared them for the family, but I did not eat any. And then holiday. We would stuff our kids' stockings with candy bars and oranges and apples. Not one. When it came to be January 1st, and I went to parties. Very good friends used to have Christmas Eve brunch, and they are good friends because they made a keto or a low carb version. It wasn't called really keto then, of the foods that they made. Very nice. I can't tell you how gratifying that was. I had lost about 45 pounds by January 1st, maybe 47. I lost 47 pounds the first year. And so I wanted to lose more, but I was okay because I felt strong and empowered. And I am stronger than a freaking cookie. Come on. I used to say, "Oh, I can't resist tortilla chips." I've had cancer 3 times, and I've birthed 3 children without anesthesia, and then raised them, which is even more painful than birthing them. And I've been married to the same guy for a really long time. We celebrated our 43rd wedding anniversary in Colombia last month, and that's not easy. I'm not as strong as a tortilla chip? Really? I was deluding myself. So let's not do that. Let's empower ourselves. It feels very good. Joyce Holstein, Merry Christmas, Casey and everyone. Back at you, and Judy Dulledge. I have not figured out how to do maintenance. You just lost another pound. Any suggestions? Okay, so are you on maintenance? I'm not sure I'm understanding. Are you where you want to be, but you don't want to lose another pound? Or you're hovering and you want to lose more weight? Connie Clayton, like making ghee, but browned and fill ice cube trays and cooled. Pro tip. Link VR23, the crazy things we tell ourselves to keep eating crap. Well, I couldn't have said it any better. That's exactly what we do. Food is my best friend. Oh, really? Okay, then you need help. If food is your friend, because it can't talk or hug you. Yes, I'm on maintenance. So that's losing a pound. Are you saying your weight's going to fluctuate? You don't have to do anything. Just don't eat if you're not hungry and stop when you're satiated. My husband has been at his ideal weight for nearly 10 years now, 9.5 years. He got to his ideal weight overnight, of course. He started this about 6 months after I did. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't he just requires less food than he did 5 years ago, so he eats less food. It takes care of itself, in my experience. Nicole Saunders slipped up and trying to get back on it. Well, there you go. And how do you get back on it? Next time you put food in your mouth, leave off the carbs. If the best you can do, if if the best you can do is laying off the carbs, even if you're not quite at the point of not eating when not hungry, lay off the carbs. That is, okay? It's like, think of it as triage in an emergency room. Somebody walks in with a steak knife in their thigh. You don't worry about the cosmetic surgery to make sure that scar looks okay. You got to get the knife out and stop the bleeding. Triage. Lay off the carbs. Then you come back later and worry about the scar. Colleen Sproul, 1 year, great, down 37 pounds using Happy Scale app and tracking in maintenance mode since November. Started LCD, low carb diet, with intention to manage new appearance of psoriasis 2 years ago. No flares this year. It's an amazing thing. The so-called chronic and, nobody can seem to figure out the medication to get that right conditions that are really addressed by laying off the carbs. Chris J, good morning. Formerly Christina Paulus chick. Okay, Chris. Nicole Sanders, thanks, Casey, and happy fair. Awesome, Colleen Sproul. And Joni Sanchez, good morning, sunshine, Casey. Merry Christmas to you and everyone here. Well, thank you guys for allowing me to be part of your Saturdays. I intend to do the last Saturday morning YouTube live stream next Saturday, the last Saturday of the year. And then we will go into 2024 holding hands and bolstering each other up. And I've got t-shirts that say, and mugs and stuff, 2024 and keto in 2024. Bring it. So thank you. Oh, our weekly video Bible study. One of the great Go Keto with Casey isms: food is not love. Love is love. Food is fuel. We hear that a lot. Thank you, Scott. We hear that a lot around this time of year. Oh, but I made it. And that's the way I show my family love. Well, there are other ways to show your family love. Food is not love. It's fuel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. And I appreciate all of you showing up here. If you give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, that helps my channel. And thank you, of course, to patrons and those of you who buy my mugs and t-shirts. Just trying to earn my keep, y'all. Thank you. Have a good one.